What's up, everybody? It's Chef Life Nitty coming here again from Chef to Chef, episode 2. Today, I got the honor of having one of my closest friends. You know, we actually went to college together and everything. And her name is Dajah Ervin, Chef Dajah Ervin from Kissimmee, Florida.
Yes.
Welcome her to the show.
Thank you for
So,
having me.
no problem, no problem. It's an honor. I'm glad that you are able to be here today. You know, let everybody know a little more about your journey. So let me ask you a couple questions, just so people can get to know you. You're from Florida, I know that, Kissimmee. What made you start wanting to be? At what point in your life did you realize you wanted to be a chef?
Well, I always liked cooking. I always was in the kitchen when my family made dinner for holidays. I was always in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So I always knew I liked to cook. So when I went to high school, I had the honor of having a great chef as my culinary arts teacher, and he honestly gave me my passion. He showed me things I had never done and seen, and he really opened my palate up. I was really narrow minded when it came to eating before I
Mm-hmm.
started that class. When I left that class, I was eating like a chef. You
Nice,
know,
nice. So would you mind like dropping the chef name? You
his
know,
name is Jared Thate. Um, right now, he works at the Renaissance Hotel in Orlando, Florida.
that's what's up.
Hmm.
Hand clap for that gentleman right there.
Yes, clap for him.
Hand clap for that gentleman. So you being from Florida, you know, I know I'm from New York, and you chose to go to Monroe College, which is in New Rochelle, New York.
Hmm.
So what what caused that major jump from Florida to New York for cooking out of all things?
I knew I wanted to go outside of my box when it came to college. I knew I didn't want to go to Florida school because by the time I went to college, I had already worked in a couple of restaurants, and I knew I wanted to go to New York because they're more small business, mom and pop restaurants out there, and they thrive out there. Out here in Florida, more mom and pop restaurants don't survive. Sometimes they do if they're really good, but most do a couple, 3, 4 years, and then that's it.
Mm,
But in New York, that kind of thing survives. Actually, chains in New York are the ones that don't survive. They don't make it. They're the ones that are constantly having their turnover. So
that makes you actually make us that actually makes sense, a lot of
yeah,
sense. You from New York, I can see what you mean.
yeah. Also,
Yeah,
I didn't want to go to CIA. I didn't want to be in like an auditorium style class. I didn't want to have I didn't. I wanted to know my professors. I always went to schools that had small class sizes, and I wanted it to stay that way. So one thing I can say about Monroe is I knew my professors. They knew me. You know what I'm saying? You build that relationship.
hmm
So
that's what I would say about my role. My role it was a great experience. From my personal experience,
me
you
too.
know,
I had a good
it was
time at
great.
Monroe. As far as socially and even my education. You know what I'm saying? I can't say so for other people and other majors, but I can say the culinary arts program at Monroe is strong.
It was definitely A1.
Yeah.
I would say I got there the year that it changed.
Mhm.
Like when everything like flipped from like an okay culinary program to an elite culinary program when we
Yeah.
started doing culinary teams, and you know we went from 8-inch chef knives to 12-inch chef knives.
Yeah.
Once we went to Dean Constantino, I think
Things. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
when things really went uphill. You know, it really really went uphill. So
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Speaking of culinary, Monroe, what was your favorite class there and why?
I have to say culinary 3 was my favorite class, the restaurant class.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like the most real. It was
Mm-hmm.
that's that's what I wanted to do. That's what I and it was the most real class. You got to see the people enjoying the food, eating the food, and it was usually your like friends and stuff like that. So you were happy to see them eating and enjoying the food.
It's funny because from a student point of view, it was funny. It was fun.
Mhm.
But from a teacher's assistant point of view, when I had to like help the teachers as like the sous chef and everything, it's like I could see why the teachers was going crazy.
Yeah.
Because it was like it wasn't so much that the food wasn't getting done, it was just that a lot of people didn't like each other. It
Yeah.
was a lot of like animosity toward it was more competition than it was
Yeah,
like
but I thrive in
it
those
was
kind of
fun though.
environments. I
You
guess
know,
that's why I
trust me,
like it.
but that's why you're still in it. You
Yeah.
know? One thing my very first culinary teacher told me, it was a class of 30 of us. Because my first school was Sutherland College. It was a class of 30 of us, right? And he said at the end of this semester, it's only gonna be about 7 people here. And everybody laughed like, "Oh no, I love cooking." He like, "You love cooking, but you might not love being a chef.
Exactly.
It's
It's
two
two
different
different
things.
things. Two
It's two
very
different
different
things."
things.
And at the end of the class, it was about 8 people there. So it's like
Yeah.
he was right.
Yeah.
You're definitely right. So your journey as a chef. Let the people know what some being a black woman, you know, in the industry. I personally give y'all all the respect in the world because I know how tough it can be for not just women, but especially black women in this industry, as
Yeah.
far as the respect, as far as like just everything. So you being able to go through all that for the amount of years you've been going through it, what's some advice that you could give like younger black girls that may want to go into the culinary field? Like, so when they do see that adversity, once they do hit those tough times, it'll cause them to keep going and
Yeah.
not just quit.
The thing I can say is like grind, don't give up. There's gonna be hard days. There's gonna be days where you cry. There's gonna be days where you can't do it. There's gonna be days, but you can't give up. One thing I can say is like speak up. If you want to do something, you work in the restaurant, you want to do something, you want to move up, speak to the right people, find a mentor that can help you and get to where you want to go. That's the
That's a
best thing I can tell you. Like, don't give up if that's something you want to do.
that's a fact. That's a fact. So who's one of the funniest who's one of the funniest moments in the kitchen for you?
The
Who's one of
kitchen
the
is,
funniest experiences? Where it's like, you know what? I really, really love this.
I don't know, the kitchen is like a crazy environment. I guess that's why I like being in it. It's just loud and angry and obscene. So that's just
I tell everybody it's a sport. It's definitely a sport. Like if
you,
you
and
really
you have to
look
have
from
thick
top
skin
to
because you're
bottom,
gonna get screamed at. You're gonna get screamed at. You can't fold. Like even if you want to like take 5 minutes in the bathroom, cry, get yourself together, but you cannot let them see you cry. You cannot let them see you fold because once
it's
you are,
over.
especially as a black female in line, that's the one time that's it. Now you weak. Now everybody tiptoeing around your feelings. Now we don't think you can handle the kitchen. We don't think this, and it's you just can't. You even if you need to take that 5 minutes, just like I'm gonna go to the bathroom and go and make it there as soon as you can and get yourself together. That's it,
hmm
cause can't let them see you can't let them see you sweat.
I feel like I believe it's the competitive nature of not just the kitchen but of men too.
Yeah,
Because we could be very competitive with each other. So when
and
I
it's
feel
way
like
worse in the kitchen.
I
It's
feel like
way worse
when
in the kitchen.
I do feel like in the kitchen, from a male's point of view, it's almost like because we're so competitive with each other, it's like whoever come in this domain got to be just as competitive.
Yeah.
women or not, and it's like it's just one of those aspects because it's like you're in the, it's hard to explain,
Yeah.
you know. Like I said, I personally love the competitiveness. I don't like the disrespectfulness. It's two different things.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be competitive, it's another thing to be disrespectful.
Yeah. That's what I
And
mean. Like when I mean, I don't mean like I would never like allow, like I've had bosses like scream at me, curse and all that, but that's not the kind of environment I want to be in. But
exactly.
there's gonna be screaming. Like I done had servers snap and all that, and you just have to like you can't like go after everybody that just and they're not mad. They're just trying to like just like you get the job done.
Hmm. That's a fact. Everybody take pressure differently.
Yeah.
Everybody take pressure differently. You know, some bust pipes, some make diamonds. So
Yeah.
it's all about making sure you're that diamond. And this industry will definitely mold diamonds. As I see, you have your catering company. May I
Mhm.
ask, what's the name of the company, ma'am?
Y'all go watch a movie. All right, y'all go downstairs. The movie's over. Okay, y'all go downstairs and watch TV. Yay! Bye. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Kids are a blessing.
Yes, go ahead. All right, y'all go downstairs and watch TV. Close the door, MJ.
It's all good. Kids are a
Yeah,
blessing. I tell people that all the time.
yeah, they
So,
those my
so
football
back to the
boys.
question. I see you have your logo on
Oh
your
yeah,
shirt.
yes.
Tell us more about it. Tell the people more about your company, how it started, what's your goals for it.
Right now I'm running a small catering business, the Queen's Kitchen. I do on-site and off-site catering. Um, I have a partner. She does the decorating and event planning side. So we have like the full circle as far as events goes. Um, yeah, it started probably like 2 years ago. Me just like selling plates and stuff to people in my neighborhood, and then it kind of like grew from there. Um, I'm also a culinary arts teacher at Jones High School. So before I started doing that, I was doing more events. Now I still do events, but my partner she handles like more of the planning side, and I just show up and cook more
Nice,
now.
nice.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's what I'm doing right now. I worked at Cheesecake Factory, you know that, for 10 years. I was a kitchen manager there for 2 years. So, well, 3 years.
That's what's
So,
up.
hmm
That's what's up. I always tell, especially young, when I get a chance to speak to like young culinary students and everything, I always tell them it's very important as a chef, not just to be a chef, but to branch out and create something of your own.
create
You
something.
know,
I'll
you
like a lot of my students. My class is an elective that they chose, so some of them don't want to be chefs, which I completely understand. My 90% of my the student population at Jones is black. Jones is the first historically black high school in the state of Florida.
nice.
So it is, like I said, most of my students are predominantly black, and I want to teach this generation how to feed themselves outside of processed foods,
Hmm.
bags, microwaves, things like that. I want my students to be able to feed themselves because I know. Remember when we went to college, if you wasn't in culinary,
It was over for you.
that's right. What was you eating? Noodles, Chinese food,
Yo, I
stuff
used to
like
make
that.
so much
That's what
money
you was
just
eating.
selling plates. I used to make so much money selling plates at
You
college.
know that.
Oh my
Just
god.
selling my food that I brought home from culinary.
This
Here you
yup.
go, $20. That
That's
people would just
serious.
come get the food.
That's funny.
And that's what
That's
I tell
that's
my
serious.
students. I say, even if you don't learn nothing from my class, learn how to feed yourself and
Yep.
open your palate to different things. Like you don't know how many of my students, because the teacher before me, she wasn't doing much. So none of my students knew anything. So I had to start from the beginning. So of course we went over eggs and all that stuff. So all of them, of course, they don't want to eat runny eggs. We don't eat runny eggs. We don't eat runny eggs. Now more than half of them prefer runny eggs.
because
And
they know,
that's
because they
right.
understand it.
That's right.
But
I
you
told
see,
they're
that's
like,
a
Miss, you
blessing
don't
to
know I
you.
don't eat scrambled eggs. They're disgusting.
You
I'm
see how
sorry.
you see how like the how it comes in full circle for you.
Yeah.
You
And
had a
that's
high
why
school
I took
teacher
this
teach
job
you.
because I
Hmm.
didn't want to take a job on top of my business. But when I found out what school it was for, the student population, and if I had the opportunity to give what someone gave to me back, that was the most important thing for me to take this job. Not only was I able to help the person that helped me, I was able to help someone that looked like me.
Yeah, and you helping the younger generation that you're the next. You know, you're it's like you're paying it forward. Your teacher taught you. Now you as a teacher teaching them, and then what?
Yes.
Years from now, there's gonna be a student talking about you the same way you're talking about your mentor, your teacher. You know,
Yeah.
and that's a blessing of it.
That's my
Me
goal. Even
personally,
if it's only
I
one,
personally
I'm
want to be a
happy with
teacher.
that.
I
Yes.
personally want to be a teacher so bad. I want to be a culinary teacher so bad because of the same thing, you know. Being a teacher's assistant, like that helped me. Like
Yeah.
being able to help teach us shit. Like
Yeah. You helped me a
what?
lot in class. Like you helped me a
Man,
lot.
I had to be realistic. I was a realistic one.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is what the teacher mean.
Yes.
It was cool, you know. But listen, I would definitely want to be a teacher. But continue on. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Yeah. So I just wanted to like I want to help them. That's all I wanted because a lot of them have like so closed minds when it comes to their palates, and I'm just slowly opening that up. And that's all. If one of them becomes a chef and says, "Well, she helped me get my passion," I'm happy with that.
Hmm.
So
That's a fact. That's a fact. You pay it forward. You pay
yeah.
it forward. Next thing you gotta tell them is, don't eat well done steaks.
Uh, yeah, but we haven't got that far yet. We working on it though, slowly, slowly.
I should pop up one day. I should pop up to your school one day. I'll definitely
Yeah,
do a visit. That'll be
I'm
fun.
and I'm taking them like to a restaurant to eat at
Hmm.
like a nice restaurant. I have a sponsor of the Grand Bohemian Hotel,
Okay.
so they're gonna like cook a meal for my students and like take them on a tour of their kitchen. It's gonna be really nice. Like that's what I'm trying to get like people in the community to help. Because this
Hmm.
school has been a part of the community for so many years. The community, should give back to the school.
Of course. Of course. That's dope. That's super dope.
Hmm.
That's super, super dope. I'm really, really proud that you're doing this, especially for the kids. This is why I do shows like this to highlight people like you because these are like the unsung heroes. You know, a lot of people don't understand how cooking is really a gift of life. You know, to
Yeah,
be able to cook, you're able to actually feed a soul and nourish a soul.
save a
You
life,
know, yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
maintain a life. You know,
yeah.
and things like that is like that's a gift from God. You know, and
Hmm.
so when I look at people who do it and they actually love doing it, I get just as excited because it's like I
Yeah,
see the reason. I know the reason. It's like
yeah,
an unexplainable feeling. Like, yo, I'm really touching somebody's soul. It's not just like it's not like the acting where it's like, oh, I seen the movie. It's like, no, it's something you're actually
yeah,
ingesting. And, it's like, yo, that's, it's a blessing, you know? So like I said, I wanted to highlight you because I know you're a great person. You're a great chef. You know, you've been in this just as probably long as
long
I've
time,
been in this.
long time, long time.
And we not stopping. And I
Nowhere
love
near
that
done.
about it.
Nowhere near
We're
done.
not stopping. We're not stopping at all. So this one I wanted to ask. I got a couple questions. I'm not gonna keep you on here forever, but a
Okay.
couple questions. Uh, three restaurants that three restaurants in Kissimmee that people should go to if they visit.
Mm, Fleming's. Awesome. It's one of my favorite steakhouses. It's kind of pricey, but it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Avocado Fuel. It's kind of like a small, but it's like a hip, trendy restaurant. They have like avocado aki bowls, fresh fruit smoothies, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's a food truck called La Escama. La Escama. They sell barrio tacos.
Mm.
Best in Orlando, as far as I'm concerned. Best in
Okay.
Orlando.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
There's another place in Orlando that sells La Taco Trap. She also sells barrio tacos, but she sells shrimp and crab ones with Alfredo dipping. Amazing.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
When I'm in Orlando, I definitely check that out. I gotta
Yeah.
check that out. I should be in Florida probably in April too, so I'll
Okay. Yeah.
definitely
Hit
be
me up.
checking that out. Most definitely. Uh, and a question that I like to ask everybody: If you had, if you was to meet any celebrity in the world, who would you want to cook for? If you had the chance to cook for any celebrity in the world.
Mm, I don't know. Let me see. Maybe like the Obamas. That would be dope. That
Mm,
would be dope.
that'd be historic.
Yeah.
That'd be historic. That'd be
Yeah.
a good one. That'd be a good one. You see,
Yeah.
we're gonna speak that into fruition. So you
Yes.
will speak. You gonna cook for the
I'm
Obamas
down.
one day. I
Barack
promise
or
you.
Michelle, whenever you're ready.
Trust me. You gonna do it. You gonna do it. I definitely believe in you. You
Yeah.
know, and I appreciate you coming on. You know, I truly do. It's been good talking to you. It's been a minute. So you know, let everybody know your information as far as Facebook, Instagram. Where can they reach you? Where can they
Um,
find you?
I can be reached at the Queen's Kitchen, VIP 20 on Instagram, Facebook, the Queen's Kitchen. Also, where's my email is thequeenskitchen@gmail.com. So I can be reached any of those ways. Also, I'm on the My Email Podcast podcast.
Hello.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, there it goes. So yes, but it was great talking to you.
It was. I
Yes,
appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. There's been another episode of Chef to Chef. You know, Miss Chef Dajah. You know, have a good night,
good
and y'all
night.
enjoy it. All right.
All right.
Stay blessed, everybody.